How's it going, guys? TacTixHD here, bringing you the second off-season of mine and Saad's Race for the Cup GM Mode series. Before I get into the draft, guys, I forgot to show you the playoff statistics from our players, both NHL and AHL, as well as the awards from last season, so figured I'd get to that first. So we'll start off with the playoff stats, and then we'll show you guys the awards. So NHL team, obviously, one period away, one goal away from making the Stanley Cup final. Don't want to sort by penalty minutes. So points here, Bergeron at 14, pretty good. Forsberg at 13, Marchand at 12, Spooner at 12, playing on the third line. Don't know why he's down to an 80. I'm guessing because they got eliminated from the playoffs. That should get fixed over the summer. Thornton at 10, Halishchek had 8. Now he was on the fourth line, so getting things done. Matthews at 8, Kolochev at 8, Krug at 7, 6, 6, 5. Probably just all like the defensemen, fourth liners. Griffith only had 1. He was playing on the third line, I think, so I feel like he could have done better than that. We'll take a quick look here at the goalies as well, see how they played. I think it would just be Rask. Yeah, he's the only one who played. 2 goals against, .932 save percentage, so he played really well. Take a look here at the AHL team. So Gillies is the only one who played in the AHL. 14 wins, 6 losses. 2.2 against, .92 save percentage. That's pretty solid. Even though he's playing in the AHL, obviously he's young, only 81 overall. Take a look here at the AHL players. Cernak had 27 points in 22 games. Very impressive. Petrano had 17, Radulov 15, Lemieux 13. Let's see if any of our other big prospects. Carlo there had 4, so pretty big drop off there from the top of the list. We'll take a quick look here, guys, at the awards as well. See how everyone did. So start off with the NHL. Of course, Minnesota won the Stanley Cup and the President's Trophy and the Clarence S. Gamble, and then Pittsburgh there with the Prince of Wales. Player awards here, Tavares had the Art Ross and the Hart, Carlson the James Norris, Stamkos with the Lady Byng, Nylander got the Calder, Dubnyk with the Conn Smythe and the Vezina, and the William Jennings. So apparently Dubnyk had a great year. Severson there with the Bill Masterson, Taves with the Selke, Tavares with the Ted Lindsay, and then Perry there with the Maurice Richard. Ovi somehow didn't get it the last 2 years, so that's kind of surprising. AHL here, we'll see if Providence won anything. We made it to the finals, so we should have gotten, we got this trophy here for Eastern Conference Champions. See if we got any player awards. Cernak here actually got the most goals, most points in the AHL, so that's pretty sick. He also won the MVP in the AHL. We'll see if we got any other awards. That was it. So that's still pretty good. Cernak had a great year, obviously, in the AHL. So we'll see what we can do here, guys, in the draft. Hopefully add some nice prospects and just continue with this rebuild. As you guys can see, we're now at the 2017 draft, and if you forgot, we actually didn't have a first-round pick, so I thought about trading up to try and draft Nolan Patrick first overall, but we already have Bergeron and Matthews as our 1 and 2 centers, and in terms of all the assets it would cost to trade up for that pick, I feel like I'd just rather keep them to build our team. So, of course, Nolan Patrick did go first overall there to Florida, Skinner went second to the Devils, Scott went third to Blackhawks, Lil Jadrin went 4th to Hurricanes, and then this Comtoys guy went 5th to Vancouver. So our next pick is in the second round. We have a pretty late pick. I forget which one it is, but hopefully we can find like a diamond in the rough here. So we have pick number 18. We'll see what we can get with that. After this, I think we have like 2 4ths, 2 5ths, and a 6th or something. So a lot better than we had before. We had like 1 6th-round pick in 2017. So we'll go by projected here. See if as long as there's like some second-round guys left. So there are. Potential-wise, nothing too great. This guy's supposed to be a top 9 forward for sure, our scouts say. So that might honestly be the safer pick than like risking one of the other guys. We'll see what other potentials here. So yeah, he's the best, 2nd/3rd. I think I'm just gonna stick with the safe pick here. Our scouts better be right. Top 9 forwards. That's not too bad for a second-round pick. Our next pick here, guys, is the 19th pick in the 4th round. Usually after the 3rd round, it's pretty tough to get lucky. Like bomb 6 forward or like top 6 defenseman maybe is kind of like the best you're going to do, but obviously we do have a good amount of late picks, so obviously with that amount of quantity, hopefully we can get lucky here. So 4 guys still here with 4th round projections. Our scouts don't think any of them are going to be very good. The best one, I guess, would be this Markov guy, so I guess I'll go with him. I think that's Estonia, the country he's from, so maybe no one knows about him. Bomb 6 forward, so that's not too bad. Here's our second pick, guys, in the 4th round. Didn't even realize Logan Stanley was still available, but as you can see, his potential's not too great in this game. Medium 7th D, so I'm actually not too upset we didn't get him. That's fine. So we'll see what we can get here. Also, Logan Stanley should have went in the last draft, so obviously, yeah, his potential's pretty bad. It took a whole nother draft for him to get drafted. So 2nd, 4th round pick, maybe we can get lucky again. Actually, I'll go by potential here, see if anything left. AHL top 6, 4th/5th, high league interest. And this is medium. I think this guy honestly might be a good pick. Lazarev. We'll go with him here. See what happens. Bomb 6 forward, so pretty solid. Our next pick, guys, is the 19th pick in the 5th round. So far, we've gotten 2 pretty solid late round picks. I think Bomb 6 forward, like I said, is pretty much the best you're going to get. And obviously, if you add a bunch of good Bomb 6 forward prospects, they sometimes do have a good amount of value, which also helps for trades. You haven't had them signed yet. You can just kind of add them on for free. You don't have to worry about the contract. So 5th/6th round here. We haven't drafted a defenseman yet. This guy's got AHL top 4D, high league interest. I'm going to take a shot, I think, at him, or maybe this guy, as it's high AHL top 4D. Defenseman, I'm not sure. This guy's Canadian, though. Let's go with Fraser here. And 7th D, so I mean, not terrible. I thought we had 2 5th round picks, guys. Apparently not, though. So we have a 6th round pick here. Most of the decent stuff's probably gone. You still can get lucky. I think the best 6th round pick I ever got was a top 9 forward, a low top 9 forward, which is pretty good in the 6th round. So here we go. This guy's got AHL starter potential, the goalie. Let's see if there's anyone with league interest left. I think that just means no. Everyone's no league interest in any of the players left. No one on any team wants any of these guys, apparently. So let's just take a chance here. 2 guys, 6th round. This guy's unknown. Maybe because this guy's unknown. Again, just no one knows about him. He's actually pretty good. AHL top 6 forward. I mean, he could turn out to be like a bomb 6 forward, so it's not the worst. I think it's our last pick, guys. The 28th pick in the 6th round. So that last one wasn't terrible, but it wasn't the best either. So see if we can get lucky here. We'll go by projected again. Just see what's available. Don't think I've actually... Have we drafted? I think we drafted 1 defenseman, so I might just try on another defenseman here. Let's see potential too, because projected everyone just looks to be 7th round. AHL top 2D is the best available. This goalie here, AHL starter, 7th round. Let's go with him. Maybe, you know, he's actually a bit better than that. AHL starter, so I think that's not bad. So that was it for our draft, guys. We had 6 picks in total. I think it was alright. I mean, obviously, we didn't have a first round pick. We did get, I think, pretty lucky with our mid-round pick. So hopefully just got some solid players there that we can either use in a trade or that turn out to be pretty good depth players for us. So we're at the re-sign phase now, guys. We have a little over $26 million in cap space. Surprisingly, both Joe Thornton and Patrick Marleau haven't retired. I don't think I'm going to re-sign either of them, though. I feel like, you know, they're 37 years old. They're probably going to start getting worse. I kind of just made that trade last season in terms of just that one playoff run. Plus, we have some young players that are going to need the money. I'd rather just use it on them and possibly just see, you know, who's in free agency. So I'm going to pass on Thornton and Marleau. Kokochev here's an 82, but as you can see, morale's down, so he should be like an 84 normally. Same with Spooner, so hopefully, like I said, that corrects itself over the summer. He wants a 1-year, $1.5 million deal. I think that's fair, I guess. We'll see how he does this year. I feel like that's not a lot of money at all. Cernik here, he was the really good AHL guy. He wants an $800K 1-year deal, so again, pretty fair. Spooner here wants 1.2 for 3 years. I think that's pretty good. He's usually like an 84, so that's good value for him right now. Serbosa here, he's like a second-line AHL guy, $650,000, 1 year in the AHL. Again, pretty fair. Let's look at left wingers here. Forsberg's still locked up. Marleau, like I said, not going to sign. Ericsson's got 1 year left at $4 million. Marchand needs a new deal. 86 overall. He's 29. 4.5 for 3 years. That's kind of fair. We'll give him like 4.25. I'm sure he'll accept that. Halischek's been really solid in the 4th line for us. Wants $950K for 1 year on a 2-way deal as well, so that's pretty solid. Basically, if we send him to the AHL, his cap hit will be smaller. Lemieux's 79 now. Same with Toronto. Ferlin here is like an AHL guy. $950K, that's a bit much for him. Let's give him like $825. Kachuk's now 73 overall, so I think he can definitely make the AHL team, so we'll give him that max entry-level deal. And no one else here I don't think is worth signing yet. Right wingers here, Griffith's still signed at $1.1 million. Connolly needs a new deal. He's like a 4th line guy, $950K, or he's in the AHL, so it's fine. Pasternak, what's he gonna want? 2.2 for 3 years, 82 overall. Let's see if we can get him for like $2 million. And if he can get really good, that's like a really good value signing. Tyler Biggs, 78. He's like an AHL guy still. Let's see what he wants. $1 million for 1 year on the 4th line. I really don't want to do that. I'll give him like, I don't know, $850K. He'll probably stay in the AHL. Let's see, Radula here still needs to play in the AHL. He's fine with that. Same with this guy here. Look, they all want 1-year deals. I'm guessing in case they get like, you know, really good over the 1 year, which with those guys I don't think is gonna happen, but might as well just give them what they want. CC, Larson, Krug, Morrow, Theodore all locked up, so those are top 5. Theodore should be getting better. He's got high lead potential. He's still 82 overall. Mueller here, 82 overall, wants 1.4 for 2 years. It goes down for 3 years. Let's give him 3 years, 1.3. I feel like that's pretty solid for a bottom pairing defenseman who's got some potential left. Russo here, 24, 80 overall. He wants a 1-year deal. We'll give it to him. See if anyone else here. Ulevi, 73 overall. I think he could crack the AHL lineup now, so we'll give him a deal as well. And Lindholm here, we have to re-sign, 650,000, whatever. That's it for the defenseman. And goalies here are all signed except for the guy we just drafted. So we need to get a backup AHL goalie, it looks like. But other than that, I think we actually do probably have the cap space to sign Thornton and Marlowe. But like I said, I'd rather just wait and see who's in free agency. And as you guys can see, Halischek accepted our offer. Same with Marchand, Connolly, Spooner, Pasternak. Hopefully everybody. Russo, Kokochev, Ferland, Cernik, Serbosa, Case, Mueller, Biggs, Radula, Kachuk, Ulevi, Look, Lindholm. I think that was everybody. So should be good now for the free agency period. So it's the start of free agency, guys, and I'm really glad I didn't sign Thornton or Marlowe, as there's a ton of awesome free agents available. You got Ryan Johansson here, high franchise potential. Johansson's potential is unreal in this game, but he's an RFA. So for $9.2 million, I think you have to give up like your next 4 first-round picks, which honestly, for Johansson, it might be worth it. But I feel like we have Bergeron and Matthews as our 1 and 2 centers. I don't know if it's even worth it to go after Johansson for like. It's going to cost us like $9.2 million plus 4 first-round picks. We got Kokochev and Spooner as the 3rd and 4th line centers. I feel like I'd rather go after Brent Burns, who's also available. He makes our top pairing of like him and Cece amazing. And then also we need to save money for when Matthews actually needs a new deal. Tatar would also be really solid for our wingers. We don't really have that great scoring winger, so Tatar would obviously be a huge add. I feel like Johansson, 4 first-round picks and all that money. For like $3 million more, we could get Burns and Tatar, keep our picks. So that's probably what we're going to do. Tyler Johnson's also available, though. He would just make it so like either Matthews or Bergeron would be 3rd-line center. Honestly, potentially Bergeron. He's more defensive. Might just throw him on 3rd-line center. I don't know. Hansel here, though, he could be our 3rd-line center. He'd be a very good 3rd-line center, actually. So we have $18 million. I'm going to see if we can get Brent Burns, Thomas Tatar, and Martin Hansel. I'm going to pass on the big fish there, Ryan Johansson. Just too much money and 4 first-round picks. I feel is not worth it. Those 4 first-round picks we could use in trades later on. They have a lot of value. So especially with Bergeron and Matthews as our 1-2. So I'm gonna go after Burns, Tatar, and Hansel. If we could get all 3, that'd just be unreal. So for Brent Burns here, guys, I'm gonna offer him 6.5 for 3 years. I feel like that's pretty fair in terms of value. Obviously, we're a solid team. We were 1 goal away from the Stanley Cup final last year. He's got Calgary interested, so hopefully the $500K we paid more, plus us being a good team, helps us win him. Thomas Tatar here, he wants 6.8 for 6 years. He's 26. No other team's interested, so let's see here. If we give him, see, that's so much I feel for Thomas Tatar. Let's see if he'll take 6.5 for 6, and hopefully no other team gives him an offer, or if they do, it's not as much, because I feel like that's a lot for Tatar. Then Hansel here, I'd really like to be our 3rd-line center. Says he's a 2nd, but I mean, he's a big guy. He'd be perfect for us on the 3rd line. 30 years old, wants 4 years, $5.6 million, so he'd be 34. I could do that. Let's see. 4 years. He's got 2 other teams interested. We are like a solid team. Let's see if he goes 5.75 for 4. So let's see what happens there with our 3 offers. Hopefully they all say yes. I'm also looking at solid young players that are free agents, guys, with good potential. This Spears guy here, 20 years old, 71 overall. Low top 6 forward potential. Obviously going to give him an offer. Just going to give him like $775,000 there. Hopefully he signs with us. This guy's 26. It's not even worth it. Ling here, definitely be worth it. We'll give him like 700. Same if you start here. If they have like medium top 9 forward, that's definitely just worth it to add to your prospect pool. This guy here is pretty solid too. And then Korostelev, also pretty good. We'll give him like $725,000. And the rest of the guys, Harkins actually, we'll give him a contract too. And I think the rest of the guys, Vastilla, RFA. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe their team doesn't want him for some reason. We'll give him like $925,000. That's Detroit's guy. And this other guy here, TacTixHD. Hopefully I have enough space for all these guys in terms of contracts. I think we do, though. I think we have a lot of contract spaces. So that's it. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, plus the other 3, 11 offers. I think we have like at least 11 spots open. So we'll see if they say yes to those. Also, we still need a goalie. Let's go take a look here at 2-way goalies. We need to find a nice backup. So Erickson here, 20 years old, 73 overall. Looks perfect to be our backup AHL goalie. give him that offer. We'll see what happens with these offers. As you guys can see, the Vastilla guy, who was the Red Wings prospect, accepted our offer, but he's still waiting to see if Detroit matches it or not. Another one of those young guys accepted our offer. Another one. There's so many. Hard to remember all their names. We'll see here if one of those big guys made offers to accept. Detroit chose to match our offer, so that makes sense. I don't know why they wouldn't. Karostalev accepted. Same with Spears. This guy rejected. But we have a full roster. Harkins accepted. Erickson accepted. So I'm going to have to actually make a trade here if we have a full roster before one of those three guys accepts our offer and then says they can't. So let's go trade a few of our worst players to open up some spots. Right here, guys, we're going to trade away 3 of my worst players for Arizona's 4th, 5th, and 6th round pick. Radula I thought was still young and good, but I didn't realize he's actually 26. So, like, this is his last year to grow. Best case scenario is like a 78 or 79, not even worth keeping. These two guys both have bottom 6 forward potential, but it's both low bottom 6 forward, and they're like, you know, low 70s, even high 60s. So, I mean, that's actually like one of our worst prospects. That's just how good like our prospect pool is. So, rather trade them away to make sure if we do sign one of those big guys made offers to, there's a roster spot open for them. And if we get a 4th, 5th, 6th back, there's a good chance we could like hit on a similar prospect one of those picks. So Arizona says yes, which is good. And hopefully now we have enough roster spots for everyone we made offers to. Right here, guys, trying to make one last small trade, trading Ferland to the Canucks. He's like 25, 77 overall, so he's got like another year to grow. Another guy who might be like a 79, maybe 80, but there was another solid young prospect I seen I want to give an offer to, so need to trade away as we're right at the cap for contracts. So hopefully Vancouver says yes here for the 4th, and they did. As you guys can see, Tom Tatar unfortunately rejected our offer. He said, I appreciate your insist, but decided to go with another team. Too many players at my position on your roster to sign the deal. So, I mean, we did give him, I think, like $200K less than what he wanted, but it was for the amount of years he did. So it probably just came down to, I guess, we have a lot of, like, similar guys like Marchand and Erickson, but he would have been the best first-line guy, but whatever. Hansel accepted our offer, so that's awesome. We now have a sick third-line center, and we actually gave him a bit more money than he wanted, and so did Brent Burns. So got 2 of the 3, cannot be too upset with that. We actually still might have enough to go after Ryan Johansson. Let's take a look. Maybe it'll be worth it. As you guys can see, we don't have enough to go after Johansson. He wants 9.2. We only have 7.2. Also, for a second I forgot, he's an RFA, so we'd have to give up all those picks. Wouldn't be worth it. Tyler Johnson, though, is still available. I wouldn't mind getting Tyler Johnson, playing him on the wing. Obviously, now we have Bergeron, Matthews, and Hansel down the center. Johnson would be a really good add for the wing. It would only give us $1 million in cap space, but I feel like worst case scenario ever, we could probably trade away one of our higher salary guys. I think Matthews still has one more deal on his entry level, and everyone else I think is pretty much locked up for what they are. So I might go after Johnson here and then move him to the wing. I think he'd be a pretty solid winger for us. So he wants 6.5 for 6 years. He's 26. I think I might just offer him that. I don't think it'd be worth giving him any more. If he says yes, he says yes. If he says no, he says no. Also, guys, I'm going to give another offer to this DeChesno guy. He was the one who accepted our deal, but couldn't sign because we had full roster. So hopefully he'll say yes to the new one. And as you guys can see, Tyler Johnson actually did accept our offer, which is awesome. So just another big player to add it to the team. Hopefully that young guy accepts our offer too within the next couple of days here, and he has. So I think that's a full roster for us. So if we want to do anything, we're going to have to, make some trades, like some 2-for-1 trades to open up some spots. As you guys can see, though, the team looking really good. 93 everything. AHL team, 78 offense, 81 defense, 83 goaltending. So just going to keep simming through the summer. Maybe see if we can make a trade to make our team a bit better, but probably don't have to make, too many more trades. I think our team is going to be very, very good for this 3rd season. Right here, guys, trying to make a trade for William Nylander. I was just kind of like looking through teams for players that were really good that didn't have that much value, and for some reason, Nylander's value is very low, even though he just won the Calder. Medium league potential, 85 overall, 21-year-old. He's got less value than Joffrey Lupul for some reason. So trading them, 3 prospects they're interested in, 2 unsigned. One's Vetrano, who's a pretty solid AHL guy, and our 4th and 5th round pick in this year's draft. I still have like 2 other 4ths and another 5th. I think we're gonna do the best of all the teams. That's why I'm trading my picks. So if they say yes to this, it's a huge steal. Trade value looks to be in our favor, so hopefully they'll say yes. Here we go. Trade accepted. I can't believe they took that. Right here, guys, we're signing another AHL goalie. This Vixton guy, 20 years old, 72 overall. He's just going to be the AHL backup. And one thing I noticed, guys, is Ryan Johansson is still in free agency. He wants $9 million. I went and looked at Nashville's cap situation. They only have $1 million. So I thought about trying to trade for him, but it just wouldn't be worth it. Like, we have so much center depth now, and his value is still like almost the entire bar. So hopefully for Nashville's sake, they can trade him or trade someone else and sign him. Otherwise, they're going to have Ryan Johansson just, sitting at home, I guess, all season. Right here, guys, I'm trying to trade for Nhl Yakupov. Right now, he's an 86 overall right-wing sniper. I think he'd probably be like on our first line. 23 years old, low toxic score potential. I've seen that grow, though, to like elite, even franchise. Adding Adam Party there just for the contract. I'm trading Seth Griffith, basically just trying to upgrade him. 83 overall right-winger, trying to get Yakupov, obviously, as his replacement. Also adding Koklichev here. After trading for Nylander, he's kind of expendable. And like right now, I think he'd be playing like fourth-line wing for us. Really isn't worth it. So if we can just pair these two together, upgrade them for Yakupov, I think it's a good deal for us, as well as Edmonton. Maybe they get some depth to get these two players back. So here we go. We'll see if they accept this or not. And they accepted it, so I think that's a big win for us. Right here, guys, I'm trying to make one last trade before the regular season starts. Obviously, after we signed that AHL backup goalie, and Gillies is now an 84 overall, I believe. Tokarski, we really don't need. He'd basically be like our AHL starter, and a 27-year-old AHL starter with no potential. Not even worth it, but Minnesota is interested in him. They're also interested in Joe Morrow, so I figured why not try to like upgrade Joe Morrow. We can get back Mike Riley. 24 years old, 84 overall, still has got medium top 4D potential as well. He's on a pretty good contract there, $1.6 million for the next 2 years. Adding a couple unsigned prospects there as well to try to juicing up the trade. So we'll see if they say yes to this. If they do, I think it's a big deal. Here we go. Call up Gillies, so trade was accepted. I think our team is going to be stacked now. Alright guys, so I'm now going to show you our NHL and AHL lineups for Season 3, and I think both of our teams are absolutely stacked, and we still have a bunch of young, awesome prospects coming through the system, so I can't be happier with this team. Right here, guys, our first line, we have Philip Forsberg, Patrice Bergeron, Tyler Johnson. Second line there, Nhl Yakupov, Austin Matthews, William Nylander, who actually now has medium franchise potential. If you guys remember, we basically gave up pennies on the dollar for Nylander, and he's now gotten even better with franchise potential. Marchand, Hansel, and Eriksson there is our third line. Honestly, that could be like a lot of teams' first lines. Tyler Biggs, Ryan Spooner, and Pasternak is on the fourth line. I know some people are going to say like Pasternak needs to be playing second line, but it's like, what are you going to do? Take off Nylander, who has medium franchise potential? Take off Yakupov, who can turn into that good of a player? Like, our team's stacked. Someone's got to play on the fourth line. Defense here is also stacked. Larson and Ceci on the first pairing. CC2 has franchise potential now. Second pairing there, Burns and Krug. And third pairing, Theodore and Riley. So I think our D is stacked. Goalie there, of course, Rask still our starter. And Gillies now backing him up, so that gives us a really good 1-2 punch in net. AHL team's also very good. We got Lemieux, Cernak, and Connolly on the first line. Look here, medium elite potential. He grew. He had like top 6 potential, I think. So awesome to see. Serbosa and DeBrusk there on the second line. Halischek, Harkins, and Osmik on the third. And then Niemen, Ling, and Ferrero on the fourth. Defense here, you can see we have Mueller, Russo, Carlo, Party, Belmore, and Miller. And then in goal, guys, we have Eriksson with Ginn backing him up. Also, of course, we have a bunch of scratched players. Kachuk there's scratched, 75 overall. Probably going to have to sub him in. Can't have him being scratched. The rest of the guys, like Lozon and that, just simply aren't high enough. I think I could probably sub in Kachuk for, yeah, probably like this Ferrero guy. Get him at least some playing time, better than no playing time. Right here, guys, I'll also show you our ratings. Pretty high. I actually kind of expected higher, though, for the NHL team. AHL team here is 79 offense, 86 defense for an AHL defense. That's crazy. And 78 goaltending. NHL team, 94 offense, 94 defense, and 93 goaltending. So that's the teams, guys, going into Season 3. I can't wait. I think there's definitely a chance we could win both the Stanley Cup and the Calder Cup this year. So if you guys want to stay tuned for the next episode, make sure you leave that thumbs up. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a nice day. Goodbye.